Hey all, this is Rick Keys Music Caravan, and I believe we have Tommy Castro on the line. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Hey, how you doing, Tommy?
I'm doing great, man. We're out here on the road having a ball
Oh yeah?
and celebrating our 30 years anniversary, and the Bluesman came to town all at the same time.
30 year. Well, where are you at now? Because I know you're heading to San Juan Capistrano to the Coach House on what is that, April 23rd?
Right now we're in Austin.
Oh, you're in Austin. Oh, cool.
We're playing the legendary Tones tonight with Marshall Ball on the bill.
Great.
And, that should be fun. And then we get to the San Juan Capistrano, we'll have Dion Bogart on with us.
Oh, that's cool. That's your sweetheart that I've seen you before at the Coach House, and God, you guys were really wonderful together last time I saw you. Hey, Tommy.
She just sat in for a minute, so this time she'll actually be a little bit more part of the show.
Oh yeah. Well, was she? Well, she went to the Blues Cruise with you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna go, but I missed that one, Tommy. But anyway, did you have a lot of fun?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
That's always great. That's always great.
That's good. Hey, Tommy, I'm holding up a picture. Actually, it's an older picture of you. It was from your what was that? The Devil You Know CD. Okay, so that was Tommy. What was that, about 10 years ago?
That sounds right. Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, looking pretty good there, pretty svelte, and yeah, you kind of have. And you know what? I'm going to say that because we seem to get along okay. But I like that you got that Johnny Cash black look very often in your photos, and so I'm holding up one now. This is today. This is Tommy Castro. I got a little light. Okay, there it is. There's Tommy Castro off your new release, A Bluesman Came to Town. And I think this is probably up in your. Don't you live in Palm Desert or up in that area?
Yeah, I live in Cathedral City, right next to Palm Springs.
Okay, well, so you got this picture of you playing the guitar, walking down the street. You look like a Western hero coming down there in black with your guitar and your shades on. Is that up? I see it.
That's outside of Pappy and Harriet's in Pioneer Town.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, I see. So
we're playing this. We're also doing this run. We'll be there. The night before Coach House, I believe. We're at Pappy and Harriet's.
Oh yeah. What city? Oh, and that's in. I was gonna say I saw
Pioneer Town.
Pioneer Town.
It's all a giant desert.
Right.
They have different names for different parts of the desert, but it's all out there in the desert, man. And I'm always amazed that there's so many people that flock to places like that. But people love it out there. Everybody has their own reasons why they live out there, work out there, and there's that whole big Coachella music festival that happens out there. People go there for the winter. That live in cold parts of the country or other countries, and it's an interesting place to live. I mean, I like it down there. Just Deanna and I got a place together. We bought a little house in Cathedral City about November, I guess it was, and moved in December, and just in time to leave town for all these gigs.
Yeah, because you're originally from San Jose, so you left the big city life and you came to a little smaller town. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hey, so anyway, Tommy, I am now holding up your new. Actually, it's not new. It came out in 2021, and I didn't tell. In case you didn't know, you and another Alligator record label artist made it to Rick Keys Music Caravan top blues release albums for 2021, and yours was one of them. A Bluesman Came to Town, and we're going to talk more about that. I'm holding it up right now. And Chris Stone for 662. So I'm like a year ahead of everyone else. Everyone's just coming out and noticing how good you are. I see that the Grammy Award by Kingfish, he won the Grammy. And then I have a question about that too, because you are nominated for multiple things here on the top nominee for 2022 Blues Music Award. So here's some of the things that you're nominated for this album. And you know what, Tommy, when I talked to you last, I did mention that when I listened to this CD, I loved every song, and I thought this was probably one of your best CDs. And I have a lot of your CDs. I don't have them all, but I have most of them, and I thought this was probably one of your best. And it looks like everyone else seems to agree. So let's talk about some of the things you were nominated for. So this one's very prestigious. The BB King.
It's great that you called it well in advance, and so so it's clear that you know what's
good.
What's good.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know for sure. I just thought, hey, I did the record, and I think it's a cool concept, and I think Tom and I working together, with Tom Hammer's producing, I thought it was probably one of my better records, and so always trying to do something different, but still remain the same.
Yeah,
I don't want to get too far off of my path, but I do try to make a different record every time, so that keep it interesting. I think I managed to do it too. There's been 20 of them out there, and none of them are very much alike.
Yeah,
they're all quite a bit different. And anyway, but then. But you called it well in advance. I wasn't really sure how people were going to take it, but I was hoping, we'd get some a good reaction from the fans and the industry, and so far so good. It's going great.
Yeah, when I first listened to it, Tommy, I liked every single song, and then you had mentioned when we talked last, you're kind of trying to tell a story, so it's not all the same genre music. In fact, you had some funky stuff in there. You had a variety of things in this. So you did get nominated for BB King Entertainer of the Year. I mean, that's huge. That's like the best of the best. And then you were nominated for this one, Album of the Year, Band of the Year, although you don't have the Painkillers on this one, but you have on most of the other ones. They were nominated for Band of the Year. So they obviously were playing with you on this CD.
Well, that too, but it's not the Band of the Year nomination and the Entertainer of the Year. Really, it doesn't have anything to do with the album.
Oh.
It's just that it's just whatever. They just feel. I think that the work that you're doing currently warrants that, and I think that this band on the road, when the rubber hits the road, and it really counts on stage live every night. These guys are great. It's a great band, and the longer we're together, the more the better the band is, and so we're excited that we got the nomination for Band of the Year. That's one that I really want to get. I mean, people say, you got nominated for 6 awards. Which ones you pick? I don't know, but I hope we get the band, and I hope that the album would win one of those, because it's in 2 categories: contemporary.
Yeah, contemporary blues album. And then there's also blues rock of the artist. So that's probably the 2. Yeah, because sometimes you're more blues.
I don't see myself as a blues rock artist. I know what blues rock is, and it's not what I do.
Okay.
I occasionally go there.
Yeah.
I do, like you said earlier, a variety of things, blues, R&B related music, and so sometimes it is soul music, and sometimes it's blues traditional, sometimes it's blues rock, sometimes it's funk. It's definitely funk influence. I'm a big James Brown fan, so that's on Hustle, which, by the way, does have Deanna playing saxophone on it, and Keith Crossan, our own sax player, plays on the song called I want to go back home.
Right.
And people have gotten those two tracks mixed up.
Yeah.
They think it's the other way around. But
Yeah.
anyway, didn't mean to change the subject on you.
No, well, I really like the hustle. Okay, so anyway, blues rock artist. But fourth time you've been nominated for a BB King Award, which is impressive. You won it in 2008 and 2010. So I don't have either one of those albums. I don't think so. So what was 2008? Did you have an album that year? And how about 2010?
2010 was definitely Hard Believer.
Okay, Hard Believer. I have that one. Okay.
That was my first Alligator record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then was 2008 would have been Painkiller, I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have both those. Okay, so I'm good. So yeah, and you've been with Alligator what, 30 years, you say?
No. We started up in 2009. Yeah, but 2008 album was on Blind Pig.
Okay.
Painkiller. And that right about there is where I changed labels. And well, my deal was up with that. And I fulfilled those guys and I are good friends, and I credit them for putting me on the map. Nobody knew who I was until Blind Pig put my first few records out, and that set me on the course that I've been on ever since. But you know, they eventually sold it to another company, and things, you know, it was time to look around and see what else I might be able to do. And Alligator took me in 2009 to put that record out. I think it might have been released in 2009, and then all the Blues Awards came on 2006 for that one. And I'm a lucky dog, man. It's been a pretty good ride, man. We're still doing it, just like we ever did. I mean, this is post-pandemic touring.
Yeah.
And you know, first of all, you're excited that you still have something to go back to after all of that. You know, horrible time period, and so many horrible things could be said about it. And you know, and we all survived it, and we got through it, and we put our record out, put out a new album, got back on the bus. You know, I have this old 1999 tour bus. You know, it was a rock and roll bus in its day, and we just kind of take care of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's become kind of a vintage tour bus, but we take really good care of it. And I dumped a bunch of money into it during the pandemic so that we could be ready to roll when the time came. And we just hopped on the bus, man, and hit the road. Did a tour in the fall, some double bills with Marcia Ball and her band, somewhere home. We went on a blues cruise or two. We went on 2 blues cruises. And then we go now in the middle of this springtime tour. And I have to tell you, man, it's just the same as it ever was. The only difference probably is there's a little bit more of a feeling of gratitude all the way around between us and the fans. Everybody's so happy to be getting back out to shows. And they've been showing their appreciation by buying up a bunch of our merchandise, which is
That's
which
good.
is great, because at the same time the fuel prices doubled. So
Yeah.
So the timing was pretty good about that.
That's what I tell everyone. Hey, whenever you go to a show, buy their CD, whether you have a CD player or not, have them sign it. Hey, so you're going to have plenty of these CDs at the Coach House. When was that again? April 20th? On vinyl.
Of course, you know, I put the last 5 albums out on really cool colored vinyl.
Uh-huh.
This one is Coke Bottle Green. Coke Bottle Green vinyl. You
Oh.
gotta love that.
Oh, really? Hey, Tinsley had a red one because he had the Devil May Care one.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that, you know, so starting in 2012, we put everything out on vinyl.
Oh, that's good.
We have it's nice because a lot of people are really, I mean, that's been the thing that's really taken off lately. Vinyl and our 30th anniversary T-shirt, you know, it's been very popular. But people are buying vinyl like never before, man. It's really, you know, for a while there in 2012, it's a sort of a novelty kind of thing. A lot of young people getting back into vinyl, but that's not our audience
Uh-huh.
so much, you know. now people are in our demographic are kind of rediscovering vinyl and going, man, I love the sound of records, and I still have a bunch of records. And they went out and set up their stereo systems or got new ones, and they're all coming out buying all the vinyl we've got now. Sometimes they'll buy 4 or 5 titles on vinyl because it's all cool colored vinyl, red, blue, orange, and yellow, all different colors that we've had. In this latest one is Coke Bottle Green, which really gives it a cool vintage sort of a vibe. And but they're not just taking them because they look cool. They're buying them. They're going to go home and play them on the record players, man. And that's something that's something good that's happened lately in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, well, I have a buddy. He's like almost 70 years old. He's all in vinyl right now. He just bought a new system, but the vinyl nowadays is thicker and it's better quality than the stuff we had like in the 70s and 80s, where you could have the best needle or stylus and it's still skip. So yeah, the vinyl now is kind of like the bulletproof stuff from the 40s and 50s. It had the deep groove, so it would last a long time. So, well, that's good. That's something good to get. And so you're going to have the CDs. I'm going to be up there, and I'm not sure who's coming with me. But I wanted to say one thing. So Kingfish won the Grammy for 662. They don't have a Grammy every year for blues, do they? Because this is like the first year I've noticed it.
No. There's always a Grammy every year for blues album.
Oh, okay.
And there are now there's two categories. There's blues album, contemporary blues album, and traditional blues album.
Right.
So I think Kingfish's album deserves that Grammy. It's a really great record. There's some great songs in there, and his level of talent and his performances are really deserve to be recognized. And I'm really, really happy to see what's happening. He's a really nice guy. He's a great kid, and I think it's when something like that happens to people, it's great that it happens to such a good soul, really good-hearted kid who just appreciates everything. Because he came from very humble, modest sort of. How can you say it? His family didn't have a lot of money or anything.
He's from Clarksdale.
He grew up in Mississippi, and him and his mom struggled as he was learning to play and getting out there, and that's how he dealt with the difficulty of his life. He's a real bona fide blues man.
Yeah, he is.
He just got a good early start. He got to start when he was young. His mother, I think, really kind of tried to help him get his career off the ground, and then tragically she passed away not long ago. And there's a song on his record, I think, that he's singing about her, and it's that right there alone that sold me. I went, because we were hoping out we'd get a nomination for Grammy in the contemporary side, these 5 spots, but there were some really good records out there. Kind of hard to. I think Sugar Copeland was nominated, and that record is great. The one with Uncivil War on it.
Right, that was a great song.
Wow, and so anyway.
Hey, speaking of Shamikia, Tommy.
My legal mate. Yeah.
Speaking of Shamikia, she actually moved to where I live in Oceanside, California. So we're all like neighbors now. Yes, I saw her at the Humphreys Backstage. I don't know if you ever played there. It's a small venue, but they've had some really quality people there. Who did we see there recently? Mike Zito was there, and Carolyn Wonderland. She put on a great show there too. So
she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Another one of my all alligator artists you're talking about, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, they're all
interesting.
all alligators. And I'd actually saw her with probably one of her last shows with John Mayall at the Belly Up. I know you're a Belly Up regular. Hey, speaking of Kingfish, I wanted to let you know that um, he has he's moving around too, Kingfish, because I've got a CD. You may know him because I think he's from the LA area, but his name's Mickey Free. Have you ever heard of Mickey Free?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Mickey Free actually has a song by Kingfish on there that I'm going to play later. So anyway, yeah, Shamikia's in Oceanside. Yeah, we'll all have to get together one of these days and see a show, not play a show, but see a show
Yeah,
at
no,
the.
her and Deanna are very good friends. They were in Iraq together. They did a Blues and Palooza and went to entertain the troops in the day. Her and Shamika were the only girls on the tour, and they stuck together the whole time. You know, they roomed together in tents and things like that over there. Pretty interesting times and kind of scary, you know. And the two of them stuck together and got through that tour, and they became very good friends. And so maybe we can convince Shamika to come out and visit us when we're at the coach house. Certainly give it a shot. She's probably busy. She's got a little boy to take care of and a career that's doing great, along with her XM radio show that she does.
I heard about that. Yeah. So
we'll put the invite out there just the same.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. So next time, now that you know she lives in Oceanside, whether she's at Belly Up or Coach House, maybe we can all get together and have something. At least get pictures.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So, we're looking forward to this show coming up, and we're excited now. We hit the road. When did we leave town? It was early. It was like the 1st of March, I guess. And we're just going to be getting back at the Coach House, and that's the 23rd of April. So it's about 7 weeks we've been out here.
Yeah. So they still have they still have openings at the Coach House? You know?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, do they still have seats available?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh.
Of course, it's a big place. So
yeah.
If it sells out on the last day typically. So there's some tickets available, I'm sure.
Okay, well, so we'll pass the word. I'll pass it on to my different places like San Diego County Blues Lovers, Orange County Blues Lovers. Yeah, Tinsley, we just went to his show. He did real well for a Monday night. It was like 3/4 full. That's pretty good for a Monday night. So
yeah, man.
Yeah,
well, Tinsley's he's the real deal, man. He's a really strong blues guitar player that a lot of people he had a career way before I did. And he was on Alligator way back in the early 90s when it was maybe even the 80s. Might have been in the late 80s when he was starting with them. And there weren't a lot of guys out there doing what he did, sort of blues with the rock edge to it. And he turned out to be one of the better songwriters. His songs are really cool. I mean, every record that he puts out, he's got a record chock full of really great songs. And he's a good friend of mine. We also went on some tours together because another Alligator artist.
Yeah, well,
it makes for a good package for us when we go out and tour with another Alligator artist. It's easy for them to promote the shows,
right?
And they do a great job of helping us promote our shows. That's what they do. That's what they do best. That's why the conversation I had with Bruce when I signed with him over the phone was, he says, our concept of selling albums is to drive people to your shows because that's where most of the sales happen these days.
Right.
And I thought, that's what I wanted to hear. It's a deal.
Yeah. Well,
so they go out and they promote shows. As you know, you talk to the the folks over there. You talk to Matt, or
yeah, I talked to Matt. Matt's really good. He always hooks me up, and there's some labels they don't put as much effort, and even promoters. But yeah, Matt and Alligator. That's why when you guys had the 50-year anniversary, I did a whole show of all the music Alligator from I think it's from 71 until now. So you're on several of those years, and it's a really good 50-year Alligator record label album to get if anyone sees it out there. But and people can also go to Alligator record label to look for your music, and they can also go to your Tommy Castro website, I'm sure, and they can buy it there.
Oh, well, yeah. In fact, if you get it from my website, my brother will send it to you. My brother Ray, who taught me how to play guitar when I was 10 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's retired, and he likes pulls around with collectibles and things like that on eBay, and so he's always going to the post office and mailing stuff, and so I got him doing that for me, and so he just and it's always nice to buy direct from the artist.
Yeah, so that's just
a little bit bigger cut that way.
Yeah. How do you do it? TommyCastro.com, or what's your website?
Yeah, TommyCastro.com.
Okay.
And there's a store on there. It's a store. You go there and has our stuff.
And if you hear of Tommy Castro from the first time, since you're listening to the Rick Keys Music Caravan, and you go to his website and you say that you heard of Tommy for the first time on the Rick Keys Music Caravan, you might actually sign that CD for them, correct?
That's a deal, Rick.
Okay. At least we know where they're coming from.
You gotta wait for me to go visit my brother, though. Because I live in Nevada, California. Now I live in the South.
Okay.
Southern California. So I get up there a lot, but not all the time.
All right. Well, put in a good word to Ray for me. Tommy, it's always I never even have a list or bullet points of what I'm going to ask you, because I've learned to just kind of throw some stuff out there and let you talk, and it's a very natural conversation. So Tommy Castro, we love you. Hopefully you win. If you win for all these, that would be amazing, all different categories. But that
would be something. I'm hoping for a couple of things would be nice, But Rick, thanks a lot for what you do. I appreciate you supporting me and all of my brothers and sisters in the blues out there, and because we, it's important that we keep doing what we're doing, and without people like you in our corner, I don't know how it would survive. So.
Well, thank you very much for the compliment. And again, hey, I chose early. I knew that this was a great album. So congratulations, Tommy. Have a good week, and we'll see you April 23rd.
All right, brother. See you there.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, so that was Tommy Castro live, and I did mention Mickey Free. We're going to hear a song from this album with Kingfish playing. So stay tuned. You guys know how to listen to the Rick Keys Music Caravan. This is the Rick Keys Zone, and you go to Rick Keys Music Caravan, KEYES, on Facebook. You can also get it on excuse me. I keep looking at this big old burn on my face. It's kind of distracting, but I'll survive it. So anyway, and then you can get it on Twitter, Rick Keys. And I'm betting now that we've got a new person, Elon Musk, at Twitter, that this Twitter may actually take off. So I want to always mention you can find at least my music on Rick Keys Music Caravan on Twitter. But the best way, truthfully, folks, is to go to my YouTube site, subscribe, like. There's a bell. You press that bell. That brings my new shows into your home every week. And then also there's a thumb thing. Press that thumb. That spreads good news of Rick Keys Music Caravan to you, your family, your neighbors, your state, your country, the world. So stay tuned. Rick Key's Music Caravan. You are in the Rick Key's zone. There we go.